Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension, and happy Samhain, happy Halloween, happy October 31st. Today we are doing day 31 of the October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge, and our word for today, and or words, is death and dead. So, first of all, with the veil being thinner, especially on this day, I want to remember all of my loved ones that are on my ancestor altar, my very first ancestor altar. I will do a quick video insert of that going also for this video. And really, what I just want to talk about is what I think death is and dead. I have always known, always believed, but known in my heart or in my soul or in my spirit, my whatever you want to call it, I have always known that this is not the end. When we die from this plane, I know that there's something else, a new transformation that's taking place. I know this because I've had loved ones come to me in dreams. I've had conversations where I know, even though it sounds like my voice in my head, I know it's them talking to me. I remember my Uncle Charles Lynn coming to me after he passed, and it was a while after he passed, I think several months. And in a dream, I had, it was in the old house that we lived on Saginaw, and in my dream, I was laying in bed. I was next to my husband, but we were like in a different room. It was weird. But I had I thought was the sheets over my head, but it was like a veil over me. But I could see through them. I could see everything clearly through them. So like they were sheer sheets or a sheer veil. And I could hear and see out of the side, or almost like I was out of my body, something, I'm not sure. But he was in the hallway and he was talking to somebody. I couldn't see who he was talking to. And he says, it doesn't matter. She's not going to remember. And I said, I swear to you, at that time, that's when I spoke up in my dream, and I said, I swear to you, Uncle Charlie, I am going to remember. So he turned around from whoever he was talking to that was further out into the hallway that I couldn't see. And he came over, and he leaned down to me, and he put his face right next to my face, and he said, tell everybody that I'm okay and that I love you. And then he kissed my forehead, and I said, okay, I promise I will remember. And then next morning, I remembered. And I told my mom and told everyone, and this is before my, he was the first one of the aunts and uncles to pass away, my mom's brother. And I know that that was a communication. There's no doubt in my mind that that was really him talking to me, and that that message was for my family. But I read a book, several books, years and years ago, by Sylvia Brown. I gave all my books away, like an idiot. But garage sale and all that, because I thought I was going to go to Kindle, and then, you know, because it's easier moving around, not dusting, yada, yada, yada. But I just love books. I like holding them in my hands and smelling them and touching them and reading out of them and being able to go back as a resource and look at them again. I'm not a huge fan of the Kindle, but anyways, off topic. But in one of her books, or several of her books, she had talked about what happens after you die. And she said that first, after we pass, When we're coming out of the tunnel, we are greeted by all of our past loved ones that are on the other side. All of our past animals and all of the people even from past lives that we don't remember in this lifetime. Or spirit guides and all that, okay? And then we go to a place after that, which is called orientation, where you, depending on how you pass, whether it was in a traumatic way, sometimes you need healing, okay? Sometimes you're processed much quicker, others are not processed as quick. But then after that, then you go to like the Hall of Records, which is where all of the Akashic records are kept. And then you sit down in front of like a committee of people that are also reviewing the life that you just had. They're not judging it. They're reviewing it. And then they're asking you like, okay, so what do you think? What lessons did you learn? Do you think that you stayed on your path? Because you got to remember, according to my beliefs, we chart our lives before we come into our lives. So when we veer off paths and stuff like that, and our spirit guides and all that, those are people that we have predetermined or pre-set up that are going to be our guides through whatever lifetime. And we might be a guide for somebody else in another lifetime. And this just all rang true for me. It just made sense. And gosh, I read those, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, somewhere around there. But honestly, it just makes the most sense to me. And then if you were charted for another life, then you go into that life. If not, and you stay on the other side, she talks about being able to teleport to wherever you want to teleport to, but just by thinking it. And some people are like very, very good at being at several places at once and projecting themselves at several places. And even though we look like ourselves, we're like the best form of ourselves on the other side. I mean, our spirits and what we identify with. That might not necessarily be what we look like in this lifetime, but our actual soul, what we look like. And she said everyone's usually around 30 years old, somewhere like that. She says you can talk with other people, like go and sit in the park with, and this is what came to my mind, sitting down having a conversation with Jesus Christ, or anybody. I mean, think about it, Elvis Presley, okay? Or whoever, being able to sit down and have a conversation with them. And also animals, you don't have to fear, like lions. So a lion, you might be sitting there petting a lion while you're sitting there talking. It just sounds so friggin' wonderful. And that's what sounds about right to me, honestly. So I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. Those are my thoughts. If you have any questions about that, I would highly suggest reading some of Sylvia Browne's books on the afterlife. I can't remember what the actual name of it is, and she had several books. So I hope you enjoyed this, and this was day 31. This is the end of the October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge, and I'm sending you guys all love and light. Thank you. Oh, also, tonight, just as a reminder, I am going to be going live with Chloe from the Magical Sage. We are doing an interview with her tonight, and on my channel, and it's probably going to be around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also then going to be drawing a card for at the end after our interview. So I hope that you're there, and it's going to be live, and I'm sending you guys all love and light. Thank you.